A couple years ago, I tie-dyed some kitchen cotton yarn with a tie-dye kit. Now I'm starting to run a little bit low, so I figured I would try using some softer yarn this time. So I grabbed some of this. I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby. And then I also have the yarn bee, which is a little bit thicker. And this is like a lot softer than the kitchen cotton. So then I also got the sugar wheel cotton. So I purchased this tulip tie-dye party kit, and I do believe there's like 14 different colors in here, and there are some duplicates, but you can mix and match these to make some really beautiful yarn. So we're gonna go ahead and prepare our yarn. Before you start tie-dyeing, it's best to get your yarn into a hank form. And if you don't have a Swift, you can always run your yarn around the bottom of a chair, like on the 4 legs of the chair. You can wrap it around there and then tie it off. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and make your husband or a friend hold their arms like this, and then you just wrap the yarn around there so that it's in a long hank form, okay? Because you're going to be squirting the yarn all over here, and you want to get it very saturated. So after you get your yarn into a hank, I like to use these cake pans. These are just regular foil pans that I bought from Walmart. You can buy them from the Dollar Tree anywhere, basically. These are a 2-pack. They're pretty cheap. And you want to go ahead and soak your yarn for a couple of hours and soften it up, remove some of the sizing from it before you start dyeing. You don't need to use any soda ash, which is nice with this tulip kit that I have. So let's go ahead and hank up the rest of our yarn and start soaking. Here's our yarn all soaking in the water, and I'm gonna leave it in here for about 2 hours just to soften it up real good, and we'll be back to do the fun part. Our yarn has been soaking for 2 hours. Let's get busy. So the bottles come with the dye already inside of them. It's just a powder. And then all you do is just add some water. I didn't fill it all the way up because I wanted the colors to be more intense. So these are the colors that I chose, plus this pretty turquoise, and then also a purple. So I'm going to go ahead and mix these two up, and then we're going to get busy dyeing. So you always want to make sure you wear your gloves when you're doing this because you don't want to stain your hands. So I think I'm going to do a combination of the purples and the pinks for this one. So let's go ahead and start squirting this on. Make sure that your solutions are all mixed up really well. And all you do is just basically flatten out your yarn like this and just squirt it on. This is a lot of fun. Even if you have little ones, it's so fun to get them involved in this. They like to help mommy. Ooh, this is pretty. Look at how hot pink this is. Then you're just gonna kind of rub it in with your hands. You wanna cover all of your yarn, unless you wanna have white showing through. And the way it works up is always a mystery. So that's always fun too. Now make sure you turn it over and see where it's white. You're gonna wanna make sure you rub it in really well. I use the heel of my hand, as you can see here. I'm just kind of spreading it out. And then I think I'm going to add a little bit of, let's see, what color should we add? Should we add a little bit of yellow? I think that might look pretty. That's what's fun about this, is you can create all kinds of different color combinations. Just add a little pop of yellow. And then when it blends in with the other colors, it turns into another color, which is really cool. I think I'm going to add a little bit of orange here. You never know how it's going to turn out. I just like to grab random colors and then just work on it and see what happens. Don't be too serious with it. It's only yarn. And let's add some more purple. There's drips on the plastic. Then you can always just kind of dab your yarn in it and absorb it. Get it on there. I'll go ahead and link the kit that I'm using down below in case you wanted to go ahead and get that too. It's the Tulip Party Kit. The yellow blends in nicely with the other colors. once you start mixing it in, so it's not just such a stark, bright yellow. And that's what I really love about this. These colors just end up blending together so nicely. Here's another like fuchsia color. Kind of works too if you use your knuckles to kind of spread the yarn out and then distribute the dye. Now, as you can see, the yellow part of the yellows are turning into a little bit of an orange because of the red shades that are in the yarn here. So it's really fun to kind of play around with all the colors and see what happens. I added a little bit of red there. Let's add a little bit of red over here. Then you want to go ahead and check it and make sure that you've got it all covered. See, there's a little spot right here. It needs to be blended just a little bit. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, I'm so excited. This is I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby that I used. Make sure where your hank is tied off that you get your color mashed into the yarn really well, because sometimes dye has a hard time getting in there real well. So you can always just kind of hit it with a little bit of dye right here and smush it in. So then you're gonna take it and stick it in a plastic Ziploc bag. And I leave mine overnight. It says that you can tie-dye shirts for like 6 to 8 hours, but I prefer to let them sit overnight, and then we'll rinse it out tomorrow and see what it looks like. After you do your first skein, if you're not using the same colors to dye your next one, make sure you wipe off your plastic so you don't get any of the other colors mixed in, because you don't want to have red and pink mixed in with your blue or green yarn. Now this is the chunky yarn, and I just took it out of the water and wrung it out really well. So I'm gonna spread this out, and then we're gonna try something a little bit different this time. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of turquoise on this one. Ooh, that's beautiful, look at that. And then I'm gonna throw a little bit of yellow in there. Oh, that makes a really pretty green. Reminds me of the sea. Let's put some more yellow here. And let's add a little more turquoise. Didn't that turn out beautiful? Look at that. Let's rub it in just a little more right here. I can kind of see a little bit of white right there. Let me check the area where it's tied. Now, if you see an area where it's just like really, really bright, all you have to do is just kind of smear it in with your fingers like this. And then it all just blends in perfectly. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I just love the way that turned out. So I'm gonna pop this in the bag, and then I'll move on to the next one. So this one here is the Hobby Lobby Sugar Wheel Cotton. And I think I'm gonna do all pinks on this one. Let's see how this turns out. Maybe pinks and reds. I think I'll add a little bit of orange. Let's make this really summery. I added a little bit of yellow to this, and that made it a kind of orange because it mixed in with the red and the hot pink, but I think this turned out really pretty. And you can see a little bit of the lighter white coming through, but that's okay. I think it fits perfectly with this yarn. Now let's do some teals and pinks. So here's what it looks like, all dyed. Isn't that beautiful? I have a few more skeins to dye, and make sure you stick around to the end so you can see what they all look like. For this skein, I've done some rainbow colors. They turn out pretty. Now you notice that these colors blend really well with each other. You just have to keep rubbing them in together, and it'll totally flow one right into the other. Make sure, like, see how here there's like a little bit of white? You just kind of rub your fingers over it and blend it in. Make sure you check that before you let it sit. Otherwise, you're going to end up with some white spots, which is okay. But I like to have it totally covered, especially for this. Oh, I think this turned out so pretty. Here's all of our yarn that I dyed yesterday. They've been sitting overnight, so now I'm just going to rinse them out and let them hang up to dry. And then I'm going to show you how beautiful these turned out. So I just rinsed it underneath some cool water. And then just gently squeeze it to let all of the extra dye come out. Now, as you can see, there's not a lot of dye coming out. And this color will stay very well. I've made a lot of dishcloths with some yarn that I've dyed, and through many washings and through all of the soap and water that they've been through, the dye has stayed in the cotton yarn. So after you rinse it, just gently squeeze and remove any excess water. I'm going to do this to all of my yarn, and once it's hung up to dry, I'll show you what it looks like. I hung up the dyed hanks between two chairs, and then I put a mop in between so that they could hang off by this window. I'm gonna go ahead and open the door and let the fresh air get to them. But now you can take a better look at what the yarn looks like after it's rinsed. And these turned out gorgeous. I'm so proud of the way they turned out. It's really fun, really easy. I'll wind these up into cakes after they're dry, and then they'll be ready to crochet with. Oh, and don't forget to put a towel underneath while you're letting your yarn drip dry so it doesn't get all over your floor. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I do have a few other tie-dye videos. Make sure that you check them out. I'll link them in the description below. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.